News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris. President Trump says he's changed his mind about a 20% toll on cargo going through the Strait of Hormuz. He says instead, Middle Eastern countries will invest in and trade with the U.S.
So I put it out yesterday. I thought it was good. I was called by different people, different countries, kings and emirs and all of the people that we all know and we all love. And they've been very strong partners. And they said, we'd love to do it a different way. We'd love to invest in the United States with billions and billions of dollars.
It is not clear if these would be new commitments in addition to what Trump announced last year after a visit to the Middle East. Fed Chair Kevin Warsh says policymakers have no tolerance for high inflation and share a commitment to restoring price stability. He testified before the House Financial Services Committee about this morning's CPI data, saying that it doesn't mean the Fed's work is done.
There are going to be 19 of us around the table that are committed to listen to them with an open mind and make decisions. But there's going to be nothing held in secret here. This is a public discussion on these five, and I'm happy to share the results and the thinking period.
And those consumer prices declined in June for the first time in 6 years, and a key gauge of underlying inflation was little changed, and that has taken some pressure off the Fed to raise interest rates. PIMCO economist Tiffany Wilding.
It's really key to how monetary policymakers should react to what we're seeing. If it is indeed just a series of supply shocks, then they can afford to be patient. But if it's not and it's underlying demand, then that's when you really need to offset that with higher interest rates.
The Fed Chair Warsh's appearance before House lawmakers comes amid warnings from several other Fed policymakers that higher interest rates may be needed to curb inflation, like former New York Fed President and Bloomberg opinion columnist William Dudley.
That the Fed's job is to take away the punch bowl when the party just starts getting good. And I would say the party is getting really good right now.
Former New York Fed President Bill Dudley on Bloomberg TV. IBM shares plunged after that company reported sales falling short of expectations. The company blamed the miss on customers shifting their spending to chips and servers because of AI-fueled shortages. Bloomberg Intelligence senior analyst Anurag Rana says this might not be a one-off.
I think this could go longer than 1 quarter if memory prices remain high. B, if the Iran war stuff is not resolved soon. Because what typically happens in enterprise IT budgets is when you see times of uncertainty, companies hold back on their discretionary IT spending and only spend on things that are absolutely critical to them.
Bloomberg Intelligence senior analyst Anurag Rana on Bloomberg Surveillance. IBM shares now 25% lower. Big bank earnings season got off to a strong start. Stock trading records smashed at J.P. Morgan Chase and Goldman Sachs, along with profit beats at Citigroup, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo. Herman Chan covers the banks at Bloomberg Intelligence.
The banks really hit it out of the park. That was really driven by equities trading results that had high expectations heading into the quarter, and the banks easily cleared that, highlighted by J.P. Morgan's equities trading revenue up 86% year over year.
Herman Chan with Bloomberg Intelligence. New York writer E. Jean Carroll has received the $5 million plus interest that she won from President Trump in her sex abuse lawsuit 3 years ago. Trump was unable to convince a judge to block the transfer during a last-ditch appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. The court system, which had been holding the money, has transferred a total of $5.6 million to Carroll's account. Warren Buffett is ramping up the pace of his annual donations of Berkshire Hathaway shares to charitable organizations run by his 3 children. This puts him on track to completely dispose of his stake in the company over the next 8 years. For the first time in 2 decades, Buffett will skip donations to the Gates Foundation after disclosures of Bill Gates' ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Gates has denied any knowledge of Epstein's crimes and has not been accused of any wrongdoing. The number of people infected with a parasite causing severe diarrhea surged in Michigan, with public health officials saying the outbreak may be tied to contaminated lettuce or salad greens. Michigan has reported more than 3,300 cases of cyclosporiasis, a 25% jump from a day before. 31 states have reported infections so far this year. That's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris, and this is Bloomberg.